I think we really take the stance that everything, and I think we've said this before, everything really means everything for us. Why stop short of delivering value to a customer in a specific area? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beyond Social podcast, the show where we go behind the scenes on how marketers are doing awesome things on social and how we're building tools to support them. And today, Vitaly and I are going to go behind the scenes, but behind the scenes, really. I have some tech questions that I've been meaning to ask you. We've been doing some really cool things with Vista Social, and we'll get questions from customers. And I know the answer to the question, and we'll train the team on it. But there's kind of that behind the scenes, which is how,
right?
How, right? So I think almost every marketer out there has at one point or another tried to, let's say, upload an MOV file or a JPEG to a social network that doesn't support that specific file format. And I know that we think differently, right? We're not just gonna, hey, you upload this specific video to Vista Social, and we're just gonna tell you, oh, not supported. Sorry, try something different. Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. So when you're using a native app, say TikTok or Instagram, and you can upload pretty much a lot of different formats into the native app. Mm-hmm. And the native app has quite a bit of video conversion ability, video changes, and it goes through quite a bit of processing. So by the time it actually comes out of the native app onto the network, it's been already properly processed by Instagram. So when you upload a video to a social media management platform like Vista or like some other, so obviously you're uploading that raw file, whether it's an MOV or an MP4 or whatever the format, but it's quite far in a lot of cases from what networks are willing to accept because there is no longer a native app to convert it, right? Mm-hmm. So now it's up to the tools to handle the video properly. And it's a no small task, right? Lots of different formats to videos. And I think majority of the tools take the position that, listen, it's as a user responsibility that you have to upload the right tool. To us, in principle, like as a head of product, I find that to be repulsive to kind of put the burden of using the product onto the user. Like the product has to do things for the user. So the user is using the product to get content onto the network. It's the tool's responsibility. And converting the video is challenging. The different formats, different aspect ratio, basically the widths and heights, right, are all different. You get off by a pixel in terms of aspect ratio, video doesn't get published. You get into just, bit rate or something not being right in your video. You don't get recently we've seen the HDR format out of iPhones.
Yeah.
That's not even supported by most platforms natively. So essentially it is our goal. But we are super fortunate these days. I mean, we live in a world of cloud computing. And I'm old enough to appreciate how impossible this would have been as a task 20 years ago. Being able to produce, we process, tens of thousands of videos every day, right, for our customers. And to be able to do it outside of cloud, outside of AWS, Amazon Cloud, it would have been a challenge. So luckily for us, there is a cloud which offers us pretty much infinite processing power. Just think about it, right?
Wow.
So essentially you have not just a computer, but you have endless number of computers
around every continent.
It's absolutely mind-boggling, and I think a lot of people maybe don't quite know that Amazon is not just a store, but also this entire system that hosts probably most of the websites in the world. I don't know the exact percentages, but it's got to be
more than half, for sure.
More than half. So we are heavily relying on the cloud to do heavy conversions on videos when necessary to make sure that they are good for the network.
Yeah.
So that's a long answer to your question.
Yeah, so if I get this right, because we try to explain it as best as we can to sometimes when the customers come in, and so the idea is, I go to upload a video as an example to Vista Social. we're going to take that video and we're going to then create 6, 7 different versions of this video, each one up to spec to what that network wants that video to be delivered as: bit rate, aspect ratio, dimensions, audio bit rate, color, mapping, whatever else is available. Is that about right?
I do think that you just revealed a trade secret.
Ooh.
But now that you did, yes, that's exactly what we do.
Let's cut that out. Is that too deep?
No, that's good. I think giving out trade secrets is totally fine. But yeah, that's exactly what we do. The system is smart enough to know what each network likes, and it caters video formatting for each network.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, yeah, trade secret. But if at the end of the day, some of our competitors, right, some of the tools out there, we've been around, let's say 10 years, 8 years, 5 years, who has still not gotten around to saying, hey, this is something we want to solve for. A, I don't know. I don't think it's likely they're going to do it. But B, if they do it, it's to the benefit of the community, right?
I think, again, there are so many great ideas out there from the competitive edge perspective. Even if you did want to emulate a competitor, you'll still do it slightly differently, maybe to your advantage, maybe not. I know for a fact, and I have spoken with engineers in some of our competitive tools and certain events that we've attended, that a lot of them do employ very similar techniques to handling certain things. It just the degree of success varies.
Right.
I think today our percentage of publishing video, and this is how this whole thing is measured, is above 99%.
Wow.
So more than 99% of the formats of videos are getting published, which is remarkable because that creates very smooth experience for our users.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a pin on that one right there, and I'm gonna say something that you may not like. 99% is an amazing number. Absolutely, it's killer. And I think the fact that we don't even ask them to upload it in a specific format, we just do it. We take care of them like we say we're going to take care of them is phenomenal. But I want to talk about that maybe 0.5% because, funding support, our team, we hear about it sometimes, which is that this isn't exactly a perfect science per se. And there are cases, and I know that recently we had situations maybe a couple months ago with HDR, new formats, new ways of shooting 8K on iPhone, and then now the RAW formats on iPhone 16 Pro Max, Ultra, whatever other letter they're going to add to it. It creates situations where there's types of videos that perhaps don't play nice with the way that we kind of convert stuff. Is it ever going to be perfect?
Well, I think, first of all, we monitor a lot of failures, and I think our systems are continually improving. But I think the fact that we have a physics PhD on our team that handles this type of tasks, and a team member whose career goes back to working for Sun Microsystems, is to our advantage.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm probably going to have our support team cut some sections of this video. And sometimes it's just like, hey, listen, this is something real cool that we do. You should check it out. Even put it on like a pop-up or something in the application. But I think it goes beyond that, right? Like we obviously video conversions and whatnot, but I think we really take the stance that everything, and I think we've said this before, everything really means everything for us. Why stop short of delivering value to a customer in a specific area? If we know that, I don't know, TikTok has a certain amount of characters, you can't really type beyond that. Why would we let you go and create a post that we know is going to fail, right? Like we try to give them warnings and all. So talk to me a little bit about the mentality around that.
The mentality is sort of, and the challenge in building tools like Vista and servicing clients in this space is that the number of things the customers need and want is absolutely infinite.
Yeah.
And it's quite challenging for a tool, to a solution like Vista, to then try to prioritize these things. So I think a lot of tools are hard at work building solutions for the customers. Some are just a little bit more successful than others in terms of trying to prioritize these solutions in a way that are most meaningful to the user. Because mind you, some of these issues with video processing, a small, you may be talking about 0.5% difference, but it could take you months to find a solution, right? And that's a drag on resources. So I think tools are well intentioned in the sense that they want to get better. I think the only tools that I'm not going to speak to in that same regard are much larger tools who have lost any sort of efficiency or sense for what the customers really want a long time ago. They're swimming in money and they could care less about, not that they care less, but I think the better way to describe it is that they lost efficiency and ability to solve complex challenges quickly, right? And that typically applies to much larger platforms, much older solutions, things like that. For us, it's just a way of sort of thinking. We also try to prioritize. I think given yours and mine background in social media tech, I think we are able to do that a lot more efficiently and effectively. But also the times are changing. Some of these solutions that we're building, given the Amazon cloud, for example, given the infinite processing power, given the AI innovations, given access to pre-made solutions, in the world of open source, our lives are easier. So if you couple substantial experience with technical innovation, right, it begs all these problems, they beg to be solved.
Yeah, sky's the limit. It's a matter of prioritizing what's important. And wow, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. We're going to have to create a series here, 16 episode series on going behind the scenes. But hopefully not divulging too many more trade secrets here. Sweet, thanks, Vitaly. I'm sure we'll do another one soon.
Okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for being here. As we say every time, if you're consuming this on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, make sure that you like this, you share it. If you have a specific topic you want us to cover, maybe you're curious about how certain things work, how we're building things, you want us to go back behind the scenes again, go to vistasocial.com/podcast, drop us a note, and maybe, who knows, you'll get featured here on an upcoming episode as well. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one.